وبركاته. I am Ahmad Mahmoud and I am going to explain a lesson today about staying healthy. Okay, let's share the screen. This is identification card. I am Ahmad Mahmoud I'm a teacher of English. I am Egyptian. Mobile phone number is 011 4966 5855. I teach a secondary stage. I am in محمد فضل الله شامة language school, وسط المحلة إدارة, غربية government. The objectives of the lesson today, we are going to discuss. The lesson is going to tackle 4 skills, and they are of course integrated and language. Reading, students are going to see a poster about how to perform first aid. Writing, students are going to write a persuasive email to a friend. Listening, a news report about medical support for athletes, and explanation about the immune system. Speaking, students are going to suggest solution for the problems and persuading. Language must have and have 2 life skills resilience. Okay. The first lesson has pictures of women wearing a mask, and she's wearing on her hands gloves. So at the beginning, I'm going to refer to the picture. Students are asked to work in pairs and discuss the picture. What is this woman wearing on her face, and what is she wearing on her hands? Why she's wearing that? Lead a whole discussion about the importance of following safety precautions when faced with extreme environmental conditions, coronavirus or COVID-19. I'm going to refer to COVID-19. Crown comes from crown, because virus looks like a crown. V stands for a virus, and 19 stands for the year which is the coronavirus appear at the end of 2019. Coronavirus pandemic is shedding light on the protective equipment that protect the health practitioners or patients. Reading the words, and students are asked to match the words in the box with their definitions. Students are asked to read the poster again and answer the questions. After that, students are going to watch a video on 3 segments. The teacher himself is going to divide, if it was 3 segments, 4 segments, 5 segments. So he is going to divide the video as he wants. Some groups, and before watching the video, he is going to qualify who the students are going to make questions and who are going to answer. So some groups are asked to make question, and some are asked to answer the question after each segment. So students, after watching the video, students is going to get to know the importance of following of safety measures, know some vocab related to the topic, watching a video to acquire the skills of doing CPR. Now we are going to watch the video and show how we are going to deal with it.
Have you heard of CPR? It's short for cardiopulmonary resuscitation, and it's a technique you perform on a person who isn't responding and isn't breathing. CPR.
Here we can stop the video and asking question. As I said, the students are going to prepare the questions, partners, or the teacher himself is going to prepare them and asking them. We can ask them what is CPR stands for. So the answer will be it stands for cardiopulmonary resuscitation. What is this technique for? And students are going to answer.
CPR can help someone to stay alive until an ambulance arrives. So, before you start performing CPR on someone, you need to call an ambulance. Then, while you're waiting for the ambulance, you can start performing CPR with your hands. This is the easiest way of performing CPR.
So we can stop here also and asking them, when are we going to do the CPR? During waiting for the ambulance. Before we doing the ambulance, what should we do? We doing the CPR, what should we do? We are going to call the ambulance first, then do the CPR. Okay, but this is, we are going to divide it.
And the technique that's used the most often. Start by getting down on the floor next to the person and putting the base of your hand on the bone in the center of their chest. Then put your other hand on top of that hand and put the fingers from both hands together. Move so that your shoulders are above your hands and press 5 or 6 centimeters down onto the person's chest.
Here we can stand also, and to make it a challenge and exciting, we can ask the students come here in the front of the class and to demonstrate CPR. And he pretends that someone is lying down on the floor and he is going to do the CPR. Where can you put your hands and then put the other hands over it in the center of his body, in the center of his chest bone. After that, put the other hand. How can you put your finger? You put the fingers together, and so on.
Then keep your hands on the person's chest, but stop pressing on it. The chest will come back up again. Repeat this 100 or 120 times a minute, every minute, until the ambulance arrives.
Here we can also ask students how many centimeters can you press, and also how
The technique that's
how many times going to how many times to do this in a minute from 100 to 120. So students are, all the students are working on tools. They are so concentrated and enthusiastic because his friend is going to prepare a question and I'm going to answer, or the teacher himself is going to answer after each segment. So it's so enthusiastic and students are exciting. After that, the second part of the lesson is about heart center. To relate to that, I am going to prepare a pictures of Dr. Magdi Yaqub. All the students know that Magdi Yaqub is a famous Egyptian heart surgeon. Give them a question about the importance to keep a healthy heart. Asking them what do they expect to listen. So we are going to talk about heart. Where is your heart and what's his job and what's his functions, and talking about the heart. It pump blood around his body. Asking them what to do, they expect to listen about and discuss the new vocab related to the heart, and they are asked to answer. Students listen. After that, students listen to a report about medical support for athletes and an explanation of the immune system. And before that, I'm going to deduce from them what makes the immune system, how can we boost the immune system, how we avoid weaken the immune system. So because we are in badly need to boost the immune system. So students are going to talk practicing the exercise, how to boost the immune system by practicing exercise, physical activity, by eating healthy food, and get from them how you give me example like what eating healthy food, eating vegetables and fruits, and also we can avoid putting ourselves in problems or worries and stress. So avoid all this and try to relax too, and be optimistic and keep away from pessimistic friends. Students are asked also to check the answer in pairs. There is a questions are prepared for this for the listening. They check the answer in pairs. Students are asked to express their opinions. How can athletic heart center in the Middle East and Wadi al-Nil hospitals help athletes in Egypt? And we can make them make suggestions about that and how to solve the problem of this one. So here students are beneficials for four criteria or four items: life skills, decision making, values, issues. Life skills, you are going to acquire the skill of resilience, and it's very important in this age. Resilience means quick recovery. If something bad happened to you, don't stay a long time to get to a normal life. No. So resilience to come quick recovery from bad things, to return to your normal life and natural life. Asking for help and advice on health issues. So students can ask for help or help others and advise them on health issues. Decision making. So know how to behave in a medical surgery. So students now get the experience and know something about first aid and CPR. Values compassion, caring for others and ourselves, and it's very important. Not just to give him word and sympathize with him, but he's ready to be instead of him or in the place of him. So he is going to sympathize with him and is ready to help him and caring for others and ourselves. Issues, preventative and therapeutic health. Of course, we say, there is a say, prevention is better than cure. So when we take the measures, the preventive measures, so we are protect ourselves and the others from. So prevention is better than cure. Health and wellness in our homes and in the community. So prepare here students for the future and real life. And this is what students benefited. At the end, I'd like to thank everyone who has contributed in so many ways to the design, development, and creation of the second year secondary school book, secondary English book. Many thanks to the Egyptian Ministry of Education, my colleagues, and my students, that without them, this work won't be fruitful and successful. They are my audience. They are the persons who buy our products, and so we collect the outcomes. Finally, a word of thanks and appreciation for whom in charge of Arab Gulf Scholarship. Really, it was great and fantastic work. I do thank you for them. Uh, uh, Here. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. كان معكم الأستاذ أحمد محمود علي السكري, a teacher of English at محمد فضل الله شامة Language School محل ويست إدارة غربية جفرنوريت. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.